Hey there, I'm Kathy Byrnes with Real Estate Riches. I'm a realtor in the Lake Norman area just north of Charlotte, and I'm here talking to realtors. Actually, my perfect audience of people that I'm trying to reach are agents that are probably 40 plus years old and struggling in their real estate business, looking for ways to level up their business, how they run it, but also about tech. And that's what I want to share with you. So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, be sure and subscribe below and stay tuned. I've got lots of tips. So today, I'm going to talk about Tech Talk. My daughter and I created another YouTube channel called Tech Savvy Realty Solutions. And on there, we talk about all kinds of tools that we do in technology and how to do them. A lot of them are very basic things because in this age group, 40 plus, that's me. Way plus. There's a lot of people that don't understand tech and they're very baffled by it, and so they back away and they're hurting their business because they need tech in their life today. AI is changing our industry dramatically with a recent settlement with NAR. Buyers agencies changed, and you're going to need to be able to prove your worth. I've got a Zoom that if it's past April 9th when you're watching this, you may want to ask me for a link to a video that explained not only how to show your worth, but how to create your own buyer presentation, which is a big deal, and how you can have a template to do that to design yours. And I'll have that link below as well. But if it's before that, be sure and click the other link, which will be in there, and that'll be for an invite. Come be a part of it and see it live. Be important. But the reason I'm telling you about that other channel is because technology is so important in today's marketing. You can't get away from it, and it's an efficiency tool. You can get buried on it or not. Well, so the other day I was working with a client, and we had a listing that had been on the market for 6 months. My client didn't listen to me on how to price it. I took it because it was a 2 million plus listing. I don't normally do that if it's so high on it, but it was a referral to me. I felt out of respect, I needed to honor that referral. And I did have a very strong conversation with the seller. And I said, listen, buddy, I'm very clear what you're trying to do here. You're trying to mask the commissions so that you net the number that you're hoping for. I said, that's not going to work. The buyers today and their buyer's agents, they're clear on that we're high. So I'm going to need you to be a team player here and be ready to knock that price down pretty quickly. Well, they also were not on board with staging their home. Like, look at my background here. See how nice those shelves are? Obviously, this is a picture and not a real background because my room's a lot messier. But the point is, that's a staged look to it, right? And I kept saying it needs to be show ready. Well, they fought me on that. This was personal items galore in a 5,600 square foot home, beautiful home, custom built home, but very full of their stuff. And so it was distracting. That's why having conversations with your buyers are really important. But anyway, I had done my comps and showed them all my comps. We had our features for the things of the house. I had brochures printed out. They resisted open houses as well. So the only kind of marketing I could do was strictly social media, right? And so fortunately, I'm with EXP and we have an incredible luxury program that's global. And I showed that to them. That's really what won the listing for me, was that luxury presentation. And you say, well, how is that related to AI? Well, it's technology. Let's just say that. So I was able to market their property in 80 plus different sites, including all kinds of global countries, 80 plus global countries. I was in the Wall Street Journal, all these different sites. And my client said to me, why would I care about that? And I go, well, first of all, you have a very taste-specific home, a luxury home on a beautiful lot that's very private, and it's a farm style house, designed to be a farm style house. So I have a limited audience, right? My audience is a smaller pool. So do I need to widen my reach? You bet I do. Not only do I need to do it globally, especially because I'm in the Charlotte metro area, and people are moving here from all over the world. So I want to reach that target market. And also, a lot of high-end luxury clients read those different things, like the Wall Street Journal and stuff, and they may be scanning in there, and maybe they see it that way. The beauty of it is I get a weekly report on that, another tech tool, right? So in that weekly report, I can see how many people are watching the video that's in there. I can see how many people looked at the Wall Street Journal, all the different ads. And that's a powerful piece of technology tool that I'm providing to my sellers so they can see what's going on. We listed in August. And again, they came in high, those rascals. But they did come down $51,000, which was good. It was half of where they needed to come down at that point. And now we're going into the time frame where we're coming into the holidays, right? But before that, I did a broker open for that. So we had all kinds of brokers there. I think we had 12 different agents turn out, and that was wonderful. Who really reviewed it, spread it out to their agents. A thing that we've got here at EXP, which is wonderful, and I would consider you to do something like this, is we have a Facebook group called Mayo. Now, because we're one company, we can share our listings with each other. Even if you're down, like I'm in the Lake Norman area, they could be in the Lake Wiley area, South Carolina. It doesn't matter. They could share my listing if they grabbed it from that particular Facebook group. And I supply them as the listing agent all the non-MLS photos. I give them all the scoop about the house, the price, the same thing that's written in the MLS. And I say, go share it as if it's yours. And they give me a little bit of fine print credit, and they market the daylights out of it. When I'm on a listing appointment, I talk about that. I say, not only are you going to get my marketing, which is incredible, and I show them, I said, you're going to get all the EXP, local EXP agents that are interested in sharing your property to their sphere. So it's a whole nother piece that they get. Do you see how powerful that is? And agents are glad to take a 2 million plus listing and market it. They do it on Shorts, Reels, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. They're marketing for me as well. And that's the other reason that I can win. And that's technology again. EXP is a tech company, and I love all the tech tools that we get, and we get them discounted for that. So, and this is not an EXP pitch. I'm just bragging on EXP. So now the other challenge that I had with my rascal sellers was they had older dogs, and the man traveled a lot, and the wife was an anesthesiology nurse. So she couldn't even check her phone a lot during the day. And we would get calls saying they want to come see. Well, we set it up for 24-hour notice so that when she got home from work, she could evaluate it and do that. But she was really reluctant to really let people in. And I said, that's not going to work, girl. I got to get in. I got to get these people in. And one time we missed a second showing. That's no. You got to be able to get them in. So now we're going through the holidays. I'm still getting showings. I had a lot of cash buyers very interested in the home, very interested in the home. However, they were going to come in lower, and we knew it, because they wanted to basically gut the kitchen and put in a pool. So they were going to be spending probably $500,000 on this house. And at its price point, they were going to want to come in considerably lower. And nobody made an offer because they didn't feel, a lot of them know that in the South, it's a big no-no to do extreme lowball offers, especially on a beautiful home. It may have been, it was built in 2008, so it has a 2008 feel to it, and some people love it. Actually, when we finally went under contract, the buyer loved it. They're not changing a thing. They're our ideal buyer. Well, anyway, we're going through the holidays. We got a couple showings, and then it's coming up to the end of the listing agreement. And I'm like, guys, I need you to play with me. They also stopped all open houses. I did one. They stopped all open houses, wouldn't let me do another one. I said, you tie my hands. So all I had was social media, right? All I had was that. And thank God I did. And so I got them the day before the listing's about to expire. I had a heart-to-heart. I was ready to walk from the listing. I said, listen, I need to know that if I ask you for a showing, it's a non-negotiable yes. You are going to let them in. Find a way. And there's a little friction there. We got that straightened out. And I said, I need a massive price reduction. And there, I said, it's not any 10, 25, or even 50. They go, what? I said, it's $100,000. If you want some action on this house, it's $100,000. Boom. They agreed. Thank goodness. Because then Now we get somebody that because I reached out to all those people that didn't make an offer, but I knew were interested, and one came back. They came back for that second showing, then they came back for a third showing, then they had their contractor over, and all this has taken weeks. And then all of a sudden, we hadn't heard from them. And then one weekend, we had two brand new people, one from California and one from local. And so I call my guy that's dragging his feet, that agent, and I go, hey, we got some showings this weekend. Not giving me any hassle, but I am letting you know, you're not the only ones interested in this house. That $100,000 price reduction was a big deal, and it turned out to be a very big deal. So now, my first guy who was dragging his feet said to his agent, no, I'm not going to get in a bidding war with somebody. And then I think the wife changed his mind because she loved the house. So boom, all of a sudden we got an offer, but it's a low ball. Not wise when you're thinking, he was just hoping that he was going to be the first one in and that my sellers would be so hungry to do it that they would negotiate. Well, they didn't. And that came in on a Saturday morning. So Saturday was the day the other two showings, one at 12 and one at 1. So I said, we're waiting for these showings to see what goes on before we respond for my seller. And so the first one comes in, I tell them that, we have a potential offer. We're a ways off, but I'm letting you know we have an offer. And my sellers gave me permission. And so then I tell her the same thing to the second one. Second one was local, and the first one at noon was from California, but it was only her. So she says, I'm flying home this afternoon. I'm going to tell my husband. We'll see what we're going to do. Great. So the second one, fortunately, all seasoned agents. I'm working with seasoned agents all the way along, which is great. And I love working with seasoned agents because there's upfront communication. We're all understanding how to help each other level up. And I'm being straight with them as much as my sellers would let me say. Number 3 comes in with a great offer, really great offer. And then number 2 comes in from California and says, we would like you to hold all offers. We'll be flying in from out of country on Saturday. And this was a Sunday. I said to my sellers, it's up to you. You could blow these other 2 offers right out of the water, and we don't even know if California is going to want to make an offer. The man has not seen it. So finally, after felt like forever, the seller said, okay, we'll drop that guy, but we'll keep him as a backup. I said, okay, cool. So now my seller decides to negotiate with the higher offer. And they liked him. They had little kids. The wife liked the idea of little kids being raised in her house where she raised her little kids. And isn't it funny how you'll see one or the other has an emotional piece to this and one has a financial mindset. And that's how we were here. And they both loved their home. It was a bittersweet thing to sell their home. So anyway, they're negotiating. Well, the other guy, he's still waiting. So I'm telling them, based on what my sellers told me, to be very vague. They took their time bringing on the offer. We're going to take our time responding, and I'd like to work the one that we like. I said, okay. So I had to be vague. This is the challenging part when you're the agent and you've got multiple offers. Who's your boss? Your client. So I'm following that, trying to be respectful to that other agent. And this goes on it felt like forever. I think it was a day and a half. And finally, we come to terms with number 3. And it was, our third one, the local ones with the family. So we come to terms with them. Now I got to call number 1, why I've been holding off, because I was specifically told not to reach out to them. So I call her up and I let her know. And I hate that. And I hate it for the California ones because, you know, as realtors, especially a buyer's agent, you are busting your chops trying to get it out there. You're writing the contract, whether it's accepted or not. It's a tough world in real estate, as you all know, and we earn our money, that's for sure. So I wanted to kind of share that story about how technology interweaves its way in here. These clients, if I didn't have technology, I really don't know how I would have marketed that. Just putting it in the MLS is not enough. When I had that price reduction, not only I went through the showing time and I alerted everybody that showed the house that house had been reduced by $100,000. I called agents that I thought had a very strong interest. So I reached out, but technology was a big piece in that whole thing. Those weekly reports were very important. My clients, they studied them and had lots of requests. And so I want you to embrace technology. It's critical in today's business. And maybe I'm your tribe. Maybe you'll find out more information, and check out my other YouTube channel, Tech Savvy Realty Solutions, because it's full of different tips on how to do your business more efficiently. So I hope you'll subscribe below, share the word. That's all I got today. Thanks so much, everybody.